Thank you very much for coming here to have a conversation with me. What's your name?
I'd rather not say.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine. I'll just call you my friend or
Mr.
something.
X, yeah.
Mr. X, my friend, yeah.
Alright, yeah.
So you believe in Islam? You're a Muslim yourself?
Yes, of course, yeah.
Yeah. So, but Islam has many claims concerning the past, the pre-Islamic history.
Okay.
For example, you'd like to think that Jesus was a Muslim, Abraham was a
Yes,
Muslim,
of
and
course,
so on.
yeah.
Now, do you have any proof for the fact that, for example, Abraham was a Muslim, or King David was a Muslim, or Moses was a Muslim, or Jesus was a Muslim? Choose any one character you're fond of, you know about much.
I mean,
Which one would you like to choose?
I mean, we can pick Jesus.
Okay, Jesus. Okay, please. That's good. So, please, why do you think Jesus was a Muslim?
He didn't eat pork.
Is that it?
Among other things, he worshipped the Father alone. He prostrated his head on the ground, like Muslims prostrate. So he would pray the same way that we pray. So, among other things, also there are references in the Bible to, indicate that he was a monotheist. Okay, I of myself can do nothing. And the first commandment is thou shalt have no other gods beside God. So that's very similar to La ilaha illallah. It's nearly matching. Thou shalt have no other gods beside God, and La ilaha illallah. There is no God but Allah. Okay, so it's very similar. This doesn't seem to be anything like there's a Trinity, and he wasn't, in the first commandment, and there's a Father, Son, and Holy Ghost. He was saying, "Thou shalt have no other gods beside God."
Let me ask you, Mr. X, let me ask you a very simple question. If I take this Quran today, the Quran, make an exact copy of it, change the name of Allah to Mullah, and say I have a new religion, I am a prophet, but everything else is the same. I've just changed the name of Allah to Mullah, and I say I am a prophet. Would that be Islam?
I don't understand the point.
I can repeat what I said earlier.
Yeah.
I can repeat what I said. I can take this Quran,
Yeah.
take a copy of it,
Yeah.
just change the name, change the name Allah to Mullah,
Yeah.
and say I am a prophet, I am the last messenger.
Yeah.
Would you consider that to be Islam?
No.
But that will satisfy every single criteria you had earlier. He bowed down, he called, he believed in one God. All of them would be the same.
Yeah, but I answered your question. I didn't say it's a foolproof criteria of what a messenger is. So I think that's been disingenuous there. You've kind of like changed the goalposts.
No, I asked you.
Fine.
No, I didn't change any goalpost. I didn't change any goalpost.
Yeah. So
I asked
give you the
you.
full criteria.
Yeah, and that is exactly my problem.
If you
I was
want the full
trying to demonstrate. I was simply trying to demonstrate the fact that whatever you gave us a list of criteria,
Yeah.
clearly,
They were not a criteria.
clearly,
They were an answer to your question. There were no criteria.
But if
you want
it is not
criteria, then we can.
But if you
now
can't give
we
the
I can give
But
you
if
the
you can't
criteria.
give the
No,
criteria,
you asked the question, I answered it.
Let me
but now
ask
you've
again.
changed the-
Let me
the
ask
answer.
again.
Now
Let me
you're
ask
changing the
again.
question.
Let me
I'm
ask
saying
again.
The answer isn't right.
Okay, one second,
That's
please.
cheating.
It's not cheating.
Go on, carry on.
Let me clarify. Let me demonstrate what just has happened. I asked a simple question. Why do you consider Jesus to be a Muslim?
Okay.
And I was hoping you will describe to me or give details to me as to why you consider Jesus was a Muslim. That's what I was hoping.
Okay, I can
One
answer-
second,
I can-
one second, please.
No,
Let me,
no, no, your
one
second-
second. I was hoping you would give me precise details as to why you consider Jesus to be a Muslim. You gave maybe 4 or 5 points.
I'll give more if you want.
You gave me
But
4 or 5.
I looked at your face and it seemed like you had had enough, so that's why I stopped. But if you want me to give more, I can give more because we have to be honest in our conversation.
Sure. Can we agree then? Whatever you gave earlier was not even remotely enough.
No, it was quite detailed. But if you want a more
But was
precise
it
answer,
remotely
I can give
enough,
more.
you think?
It was, yeah. So I can give you.
So
to the
anyone who
question-
bows down and calls on the name of
What was your
Allah as
question?
Mullah would be happy.
No, but you're changing now, because you asked one question and now you've asked a second question, and you're judging my answer of the first question based on the second question you've
It's a
asked.
very simple principle.
No.
I don't know why you're failing.
If you wanted to ask me the question, you could have asked me what are the criteria for someone to be a messenger, and I would have answered it.
No.
But you've asked one question, I've answered it nicely, and now you're taking a second question and you're using my answer based on the first question, to measure against the criteria of a second question. So I think you've been...
Please don't be offended.
No, I'm not offended. I'm just thinking it's just a bit tricky, really.
Yeah,
and
I know.
unfair you're being. But carry on.
No one is being unfair. It's just that your religion is so inconsistent.
No, just ask the second question again and I'll answer it.
It's just that...
Ask the second question again and answer it.
So, okay. It's hard to have a conversation.
No, really. Just you ask the question, I answer it. Ask your second question, I'll answer it. See, this is the thing. With Muslims...
Can I put it this way?
Go on.
When I asked the first question, was Jesus a Muslim? If you had given sufficient details, not comprehensive...
I'm not a fortune teller.
Okay, you're not...
I don't know the second question you're going to ask.
Irrelevant. You're not listening
You're
even now.
asking me to...
Even now you're not listening, that's fine.
Go on.
Yeah. If you had given a sufficient criteria, not comprehensive
Well, you
necessarily.
tricked me by your facial expression, because it seemed like you had enough.
That's
you were
fine.
bored. That's why I stopped. Otherwise, I could.
That's fine. I just think you're very defensive, and I don't think I'll have a productive conversation with you.
You
It's very
can by
simple.
just asking the second question to me.
I don't want to repeat
See,
this. I don't want to repeat
All right,
this.
I'll answer the question now.
No, I'm not interested right now. I don't want to repeat.
You can't have a productive conversation now.
That's what I said, yeah. That's what I
No, I
said.
said let's answer the second question. Tell
No.
me the second question, I'll answer.
Nope.
But you
I'm
can't take the
convinced.
first question and use my answer to the first question to say that I haven't answered a second question that you hadn't even asked yet.
Never said
That's
that.
ridiculous.
Never said that.
Absurd.
Never said that.
Well, that's what you never said it, but you did it.
Okay. What I demonstrated rather was, if your answer to the first question was any sufficient, it should be consistent with the challenge I raised in the second question. But clearly, when I raised the second question, you figured out there was a problem with your first question's answers. Maybe I'll give one more try.
Go on.
Very simply put, if I take the exact same Quran, but rename Allah to Mullah, and if I say I am the messenger, it will, in your eyes, it will no longer be Islam, in your eyes.
Yes, of course,
And therefore, anyone who believes in this religion, the same as what is in the Quran, only the name of Allah has changed to Mullah, and I have suddenly become the messenger. In your mind, anyone who follows this religion is not a Muslim.
True, yeah.
All of the criteria here. Now, you mentioned just 4 or 5 points for Jesus, and you said that was sufficient to claim he was a Muslim. And this is what bewilders me. I can't believe. So let me put it this way. The list, okay, I can ask again. You know my second question? Bear that in mind and try and answer the first question again, please.
No, I'd rather just answer the second question.
No,
directly.
they are related. They are
Just
related.
ask me the second question, I'll answer it. Ask me the first question, I'll answer it. But why are you taking my answer from the first question and transposing it onto a second question?
The reason is very simple. The reason is very simple.
We answer questions.
The reason is very
Even
simple.
That isn't enough now.
The reason
We have
is
to take answers from one question and put them on top of another question.
to
And
demonstrate
and
consistency.
From
To
your
demonstrate
side, you can't even
consistency.
answer straightforward questions.
To demonstrate consistency, yeah, that is required.
We have to go to the moon, jump through hoops, and you can't even answer straightforward
Thank you.
questions.
I don't. Thank you very much. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, good to speak to you. Good to speak to you. Thank you much.
You know,
All right.
Ridiculous. You know, even you answer the question.
I tell you, I watch you on YouTube, but you might really. I've never been there the first time. You have a really hard time against these people around you.
Yeah, like
He's like me.
not engaging.
This is on above you, you know.
But you seem very biased, sir. Is it? What did I do something wrong? I'm
No,
answering
no,
the
because he
question.
was, there was a before what happened. He was in the middle of crowd of people, and then been always like, against you, the screaming and shouting at you. And you've been only one person to be probably, you didn't have anyone to help you. And I feel so like, as I said, what you're doing for us, for our Christianity, okay, I have to bow you, honestly. Thank you so much, honestly.
But you have to be fair-minded.
God bless
as well.
you.
You should be thanking
thank
me
you.
as well.
You are.
I'm a Muslim, so you should thank me too.
You are a nice guy as well, you know. But you know, when
He
it comes to
just gets
this
frustrated instead of
when it
answering
comes to this
questions.
point, you know,
No one,
probably.
I'll answer the questions, but you know, you have to be fair, isn't it? You ask one question, I answer it. You ask another one, I'll answer it. But you can't just say when you
There is a-
you
there
asked
is a
that
very
one, but
simple-
you didn't answer that one using your answer from the first
No,
question.
no.
You know, I didn't hear this before. This is the first time I'm seeing this. kind of behavior.
Maybe
What I would-
you're misunderstanding basic logic. Basic logic. The basic logic is, if you are going to give me a list of points that make someone a Muslim, if you're going to give me a list of those points for consistency, if you apply that to my second question, it should still work.
It wasn't exhaustive.
It should still work.
It will
That
work.
I know,
but we
which
can-
is
we
what
can
I
get it to
said.
work.
Which is what I said earlier when I said not
It's
sufficient.
like asking me to build a house in a minute.
All right,
We'll
okay,
get it
fine.
to work.
Wait,
we
you know,
can sort through
I,
things.
that's fine.
But
Look,
you know, be
maybe
reasonable.
maybe you can't deal with basic logic, but that's fine.
Yeah, I understand where you're coming from, but I don't think it was fair.
I can try again. If you want to try again, I can try again.
Just ask me the second question.
No,
first.
don't dictate terms.
All right, go on.
Okay. So I'll ask again. You know my second question.
Yeah.
So therefore, answer my first question appropriately. Why? What makes you think that Jesus was a Muslim?
The reason being because he received revelation from God. That divine revelation from God. This is why he was a Muslim.
So a Muslim is someone who receives a divine
No, no,
revelation.
A messenger. of
I
God
didn't
is
use the word
somebody who
messenger.
received- Okay, go on.
I didn't use the word messenger. You need to listen carefully, please. Why do you think Jesus was a Muslim?
Jesus was a Muslim and a messenger.
Not the question asked. Why was Jesus a Muslim?
Because he preached the same core belief as Muslims.
And by your logic, listen to your. Have you finished?
Yeah.
Maybe I'll give you more time. Have you
Yeah,
finished?
but I think you're. Yeah.
Have you
I-
finished?
Yeah. But I
So
think-
by your,
but I hope
so
you're
you agree?
Yeah.
Well, you agree. You have finished, yeah. So you won't tell me I looked in a particular way and therefore you stopped and so on.
No, because you seem to be conflating two things.
No. Have you
One,
finished your
you're saying
answer?
he's a Muslim,
Have you finished your
and
answer?
then you're comparing it with a messenger.
Have you finished your
Go
answer?
on. I think you've made a mistake. Go on.
Have you finished your answer? So according to you, a Muslim is someone who follows the core of this message, according to you.
Of which
And you
message?
think,
When you said this message, which message?
which message did you have in mind?
I don't know because you've got two books there, so I don't know which one you're
No,
pointing to.
what did you say? What core of what?
The core of message could be any divine revelation.
What do you mean? Any divine, what,
So
Rig
if
Veda?
any revelation that is
Rig
divinely
Veda.
revealed,
So which one do you have in mind? Please name.
well, it depends on the time period that we're living in. So in this time period, it would be the Quran and the revelation to Muhammad. But in the time of Jesus, it would have been the revelation that Jesus had received.
So,
And, you know, he was, and his understanding of the Torah.
so, from what I understand, you don't get to the bottom of the story. Very simply, my dear friend, I follow the message of Jesus. Am I a Muslim to you?
You follow the message of the, you know, you don't follow the message of Jesus. Are you an Ebionite?
I am a Christian. Am I a
But
Muslim?
You are not. Was the word Christian around in the time of Jesus?
Was the word Ebionite around in the time of Jesus?
Well, no. But was
So
the word
what is
Christian
a silly
around?
question? This is a silly
I
question.
think an Ebionite would be more. You know,
I don't understand what the
question.
que-
Right to say that he's a follower of Jesus and you.
What? So okay.
Do you eat pork?
Okay. So someone who doesn't eat pork is a Muslim.
You said you follow Jesus. Do you eat pork?
Okay, fine. So I don't think you understand the nature of a conversation. You're answering your own question. I asked a question which you refused to answer.
what is your
so I need to move on. Thank you very much. Good to speak to you, Mr. X. Thank you very much.
All right.
Thank you.